The FIFA World Cup. One of the few times I pay attention to the sport of soccer. And this year, more so, since the Men's World Cup is to be held here in the United States. I should be excited, but the truth is, I'm terrified and mortified that it's happening here in my country where everything seems to be going very, very wrong in a short space of time. But there is some kind of hope, and even more danger in what I'm about to announce. At the time I'm making this video, nearly 17,000 fans from around the world have already canceled their tickets to come here, and the number is only climbing. As international soccer supporters openly call for a ban and a boycott of the games hosted here in the United States. The reason is obvious. It isn't because the tickets are way too expensive, or airfare is too expensive, or hotels are too expensive. The reason is fear. The reason is fury over what's happening in this country. In case nobody has paid attention to what's happening, Donald Trump's violent immigration crackdown has already cost lives. Latest one being in Minnesota, where a young woman was murdered by an ICE agent. And as of this video, we just received word that a citizen was shot in the leg by another ICE agent. And I don't blame them for being afraid to the point of creating a hashtag boycott the World Cup. Fans from across the planet are saying no and are ordering refunds, all because of Donald Trump's inhumanity to the immigration crisis. What began as a few cancellations here or there has snowballed into tens of thousands of people walking away. And they're not doing it quietly, they're screaming it. And they have every right to say so. Because as I said before, they're terrified of what's happening in this country. Donald Trump has made it a federal crime, an executionable offense, to be a person of color or to speak out against this inhumane treatment of immigrants in this country. Why would I visit a nation that I will be made into a target for Donald Trump and his ICE agents? Why would I visit a country where I could be shot for not being an American citizen? Money is the only thing Americans understand, one person wrote when he refunded his tickets. So international fans are hitting the United States where it hurts. They're hitting Trump where it hurts. The pocket, the money, the prestige. Right now, FIFA is scrambling, reportedly calling emergency meetings as damage mounts. Yet despite the cancellations, ticket prices being high, especially for the later rounds, a dangerous gamble that assumes global demand will magically return. Even if a modest share of international fans stay away, sellers could be fighting over a shrinking pool of buyers willing to overlook America's political reality. And the political reality is this. We have a president of the United States that is on a daily basis pushing inhumanity. And we have even talked about his pushing of World War III by wanting to invade Greenland, who is considering military strikes against Iran, and God knows whatever else this man is planning to do. Not only him, but his administration, Stephen Miller especially. So, the fact is, the World Cup may actually go on as scheduled, but I won't be watching it. And I advise all of you not to watch it either, because it's not going to be a celebration of athletics and sports and everything the World Cup is supposed to stand for. It will only be nothing more than a celebration of Donald Trump's inhumanity to the rest of the world. The FIFA World Cup is supposed to represent joy and shared humanity. Donald Trump only has the ideals of militarization of law enforcement, civil unrest, fear of the other, and hatred of anything or anyone who is not what he is, who isn't white, American, and rich. Donald Trump says America first. That's fine, but the rest of the world is saying we're sitting this one out. And they're not being quiet about it. The World Cup is probably going to generate billions of dollars to the United States. Money that our economy sorely needs, considering how badly Trump is crashing it. And now the world is saying no. The people are telling Donald Trump no. And it's a word that he and his supporters are going to have to get used to. Because you're going to hear it every time Donald Trump makes a demand. The World Cup needs to be canceled or replayed somewhere else but the United States. This isn't a bitter time to hate on Donald Trump. This is about the safety of international citizens that Donald Trump has painted the bullseye on. CTP, no truth, God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.